Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this really cute double-sided keychain, like this reversible keychain. We're going to start in Cricut Design Space and we're going to be using a palindrome, so something that's the same forwards and backwards, so it can be read either way. So I went through just going to pick a font. I tried a few of them. I flipped them back and forth to see one that looked nice regardless of which direction it was in. To get the exact sizing I need, I always measure my blank and then I make a background from just a regular shape that's the same size so I can maximize space. So in this case I'm using, I can't remember, a 3" by 1¼ I think blank, and I know that there's a hole on one side, so I want to make it a little bit heavier towards the back so I can clear where the keychain connects. So just play with it until you're happy with it. It really only takes a few minutes, this one. It's a really easy project. I usually get most of my fonts from a website called Design Bundles. About once a month they do like these $1 deals, and you can get like huge font bundles for $1. And so it's totally worth checking out. I get a lot of my stuff from there. So when you're happy with it, highlight everything, and we're just going to slice it. So I get 2 copies, and I'm just going to delete an extra copy. So to make it reversible, I'm just going to flip one backwards so that they're exactly the same on either side. I tried it without flipping it and it looked a little bit funny, so that way you get the negative on one side. So this is my just an acrylic blank. Again, I get all my acrylic blanks here in Canada from Roshko Innovations. It takes a little while, but they're really good. I get a lot of questions about the applicators I use. These are just Ranger applicators. I get them from Michaels. They're just like a little felt pad for my for the alcohol inks. So I've got everything ready. You just need your blank, your cutouts from your Cricut, and a couple of colors of alcohol inks. In this case, I used Stream, which is a really pretty turquoise color, and I think I used Cobalt, just a darker blue. I'm just going to add a drop or two of color to my applicator. I'm obviously missed the camera, my apologies, and just dab a little bit of color. It really takes very, very little. It's one of the things I like about alcohol inks. You can use a very little product and you get a really, really nice, vibrant, pigmented color. And you can just keep moving it around until you're happy with it. I use 2 or 3 colors when I do this. Because you can build it, you don't really have to use many different colors. You can even just build one color into different different hues. You can just go darker and lighter. There you go, I did use Cobalt. So again, just adding a drop to my applicator in a different place and adding a little bit of color. Alcohol ink dries very, very quickly, and if you're really unhappy with it, you can wipe it off with just plain isopropyl and start over. Sometimes if you're not careful with your color mixtures, they can turn brown. The color wheel doesn't seem to apply very much. It just seems to be trial and error with what's going to turn brown and what's actually going to mix well together. So let it dry for a few minutes. Again, it doesn't take very long, and just getting some transfer tape. I think I need to raise my camera a little bit so that I can get more of what I'm doing. Transfer tape and I are not really good friends. I fight a lot with it. So what the white does with alcohol ink and acrylic blanks is it really makes the colors brighter. on the other side. So in this case, I made the decal the exact same size as the blank. Sometimes I make it a little tiny bit smaller, but in this case I made it the exact same size. And I never add the hole in Design Space. I always cut the hole later. That way I don't have to be as specific with it. It would make me crazy if I missed every single time. So just work all the bubbles out, and when you're happy with it, now because I made it the exact same size, there was a bit of an overhang because you have to get it as exact as you can. If you just use a nail file, I usually have a nail file around, there you go, you can see there's a little bit of an overhang. Just file it right off. Just file all the sides until you're happy. I file it on a bit of an angle, a bit of a 45-degree angle, just to get it right down. I believe that's red alcohol ink on my hands. My apologies. I did this in red and I didn't like it. The first one I did when I said I didn't flip the decal. I also tried to add the decals on both sides before adding the UV resin, and I ended up with a smear of alcohol ink. It really wrecked it. Anyways, just give each side a good file until you're happy, and then we're going to seal that all in with UV resin. I just get my UV resin from Amazon. Nothing special. I always cut the hole out manually. I usually use an X-Acto knife. It's a bit sharper, but I actually couldn't find my X-Acto knife at the time. See, this is what I use when I have to strip a cup. So if you get a nice sharp X-Acto knife, it gives a really nice cutting. So this is Let's Resin, again, just from Amazon. And add enough that you get a nice domed effect. You want to make sure that you get it right to the edges, and you want to make sure you get a nice domed effect. It can pull away from the edges, so you really want to make sure that you get enough on there that it's not going to pull away. It's not going to leave any shadows. And it's going to seal in that vinyl. It also adds a nice shine. It brings the color out, especially the color of the alcohol inks. So one of the things you often see me do in my videos is I bring out my UV light without it plugged in, and I just check, and you take a peek and you see if there's any dimples or shadows, or if there's anywhere on the edges that need a little bit more resin, and then I just hit it with a butane torch and it brings all the bubbles up, which you can't see because I have to keep it away. There you go. I brought the flame down. You don't want to burn it, you just want to pop the bubbles. I have burnt resin before. So now I'm just going to, oh, looks like okay. So I'm going to cook it for a couple of minutes. Again, keep it going for 3 or 4 minutes, and when you'll know when it's not tacky anymore. If you find that it's not quite getting, if it's still a little bit tacky, you can leave it in the sun and it will cure very quickly, or I just find leaving it overnight, it generally cures the rest of the way. So you can see the white on the back has brought out the color in the alcohol inks, and we're just going to use that other side, that reversed image, and put it right on top. I really liked this design. It's a nice, easy design, especially if you have a word that works well both ways, or a design that you can use either direction. You can see how the white really brings out and pops out that alcohol ink color. This is the easy side. No filing needed. Come back in and do the exact same thing and hit it with that resin. I have sped up the video here. Same thing. Just keep going until you're happy with it and that you have a nice domed appearance. I hope you're enjoying my videos. If you'd like to take a minute and like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. If there's anything that you'd like to see me make, let me know and I can look into it. I love making different things. I've got lots of different videos coming. I've got a bunch of projects on the go, so it should be really good. Thank you for watching. My voiceovers will get better as I get more comfortable doing it. You can see the finished result. Super easy, super effective. And we'll just add the keychain hardware, which I get from Amazon, like most things. There's not a lot of options here in Canada, actually. Do get good quality jump rings. If you don't, they just rip open really quickly and can't handle the weight of the keys. I believe both the keychain and the tassel are from Amazon, and the little bead is just from Michael's, just for something to add to it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And let me know what you think down in the comments.